Definitely gi. Gi is way more technical. You know, the amount of different techniques that you can do, all the different grip variations, it just, you know, far surpasses no gi. So gi is definitely more technical, but I love both, and I think both help each other. So gi helps your no gi, and no gi can help your gi. That's an interesting question. Really, you know, I guess a lot of that would depend on the opponent. You know, nowadays I'd probably say I'd rather be on top. Actually, just recently I had the chance to train with Braulio and Hajer after the Europeans in London, and I had a really great time, and we shared some techniques. It was really awesome. Braulio showed me some of his things that he likes to do, and it was a great experience, and I really think that should be happening a lot more often. So for me, I'm open for that, and I think the best athletes, you know, should get together more often and share their jiu-jitsu to help jiu-jitsu keep evolving and expanding, and you know, also just kind of have that kind of separate relationship where we're not always fighting each other, but we're also, you know, kind of cool with each other as well. I think that's great as well. You know, especially like if you're going to compete in jiu-jitsu, you know, with the gi, you need to be training judo. It's very important that you understand how to get your grips and start the match correctly, and, you know, work your takedown game. Same thing with the wrestling. You know, you can bring the wrestling into the gi game, and then definitely without the gi, wrestling is extremely important. So, you know, for that, yeah. For the ground, you have to have the good takedown base, and then, you know, of course, for MMA, you need everything. So. Ooh, favorite submission. Man, I just love all chokes. I just love choking people. That's hard to say, because a lot of my rolling, like especially with my blue belts and purple belts, is a form of drilling for me. You know, I'll limit myself into working specific aspects of my game, or you know, different areas that I know I need to be training for because of a certain opponent I might match up with. So a lot of my training with my lower belts is kind of drilling in a way. Like I'm doing the kind of the same thing over and over again. Actual technique drilling, I think is very important, you know, but because I have blue belts and purple belts that I mix my training in with, I don't do as much of that, you know, just the repetitions, but I do a lot of repetitions, a lot of sequences, but training, I train a lot. Definitely I do, you know, majority's all training, but a lot of my training is very focused on certain areas and becomes like a drilling session. Salo, Shanji, Hajer. Well, I've rolled with a lot of people. You know, I gotta say Salo and Shanji are, you know, they're my masters, and they're you know, extremely awesome. But you know, Hajer, competed against Hajer, very good. You know, the guys I've competed against, probably my top 5 that in my career that I've competed against would be Hajer, Braulio, Galvão, Marcelo, Cobrinha. Man, you know, to say good or bad just for jiu-jitsu, you know, for tournaments, I think it's having a bit of a negative effect because of the amount of stalling that's happening right now. And you know, I mean, like, what was it, 2010, the final with Rafael Mendes and Cobrinha was pretty boring, you know, for something that I was so excited for. You know, it wasn't very fun to watch, and you know, and a lot of people want to do what everyone else is doing. So now you get white belts blue belts that are doing 50-50 and hurting their knees, and they're not learning any sort of closed guard, the basic attacks, cross choke, arm bar, triangle, omoplata, like the basics of scissor sweep, different things like that, hook sweeps, butterfly guards, like disappearing, you know what I mean? It's pretty much like deep half or like crazy De La Riva stuff is what's going on now. So, a lot of that's part of the evolution, but this is the reason why I always stress guard passing, because all the greatest jiu-jitsu fighters have been great guard passers, and if you have really great guard passing, then you can keep yourselves out of these positions a lot more, and everyone's always working on the new cool guards, but many people don't spend the time to work on their guard passing and make sure their guard passing is keep improving. So it's not that I think it's bad for jiu-jitsu, but I definitely think we're in a phase right now where something needs to change, whether it's a big rules change, or maybe the referees being more aggressive on the stalling calls, because I think if you sit in 50-50 for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I think that's it. Let's restart the match. And I don't think sweeping someone and coming up and still being in their 50-50 should be worth points. I don't think it should be worth points until you're out of it. And that's something I can go on and on with. I really don't like seeing people double guard pull and just sit there and look at each other. You know what I mean? Like some of these things, something needs to be done. So the jiu-jitsu is not only as beautiful as it is on the mat, but also beautiful for everyone else to see and watch. Definitely not gi. No, because there's no, it's too hard to escape due to the friction. So, and the amount of people getting hurt with that would just be too much. But the professional level, ADCC without the gi, yeah, definitely keep them around. I've never trained with Marcelo. I've competed against him, but I'd love to train with Marcelo. Today. Let's see, Leozinho. Who else? My mind's drawing a blank, but there's definitely more. I mean, pretty much everybody. Mostly the same guys I've already gone against at one point in time or another. A bunch of everything. I mean, I'm a martial artist, definitely a jiu-jitsu fighter, but it's weird, because when you're out there, you're so in the moment. I feel like I'm doing like what I'm supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? So it's hard to put one word on it, but maybe like glory seeker, you know what I mean? Because the way it feels, like it's just the best feeling ever whenever you win. Something that you visualize, you dream about, and it comes true. It's just an amazing feeling. Right now, I'm in competition season. I just wrapped up a few seminars this first part of the year after the Europeans, but for any of those that would like to get in touch with me, please visit my site, lovatojr.com. That's LOVATOJR.com, and lovatojrfans.com on Facebook, Twitter at lovatojrbjj, and keep up with everything that's going on with me, my competition, seminars, videos, and books coming soon. So yeah, check it all out.